guys, Cabo Greg here. So I've been uploading videos about Cabo San Lucas and what's going on in town and what you can expect and that sort of thing since we reopened. And one of the questions I get asked a lot is what's open right now? What can we do when we get here? Now, I run a company called Lands End Charters. We do fishing and yacht charters. And I get calls every day. Thankfully, things are going really well. We're having a lot of people who are planning a visit. And so the question we get asked most is what is open? You know, is this open? Is that open? Can we do this? Can we do that? So I thought I'd make a quick video about what you can expect and what's open. I want to start with a question I get asked a lot, and I understand why, and that's the airport. You know, our flights coming into Cabo. Many of you know that the border between Mexico and the United States is closed, but it's only closed for car travel. Only essential visitors can come across the border by car. However, flights are still landing. Since we reopened, flights have been coming in every single day. And so you can easily get a flight into Cabo. There are fewer flights, but major hubs like LA and Dallas are still flying in every single day. And I would check with your, local, airline to see how to get here, but there are flights coming in and that's open. Along with that, taxis are open. So if you need a taxi from the airport to your hotel or your resort, or you're in town, you need to get around, taxi service is available and open. Along with Uber. Now, Uber, one of those things where it's hit or miss, sometimes there's a lot, sometimes there's none. And so like most any other place right now, it's limited, but you can still find an Uber and they still are operating here in Cabo San Lucas. One of the things that a lot of people do when they get here, especially if they're staying in like a private villa or a condo or an Airbnb, something like that, or if they're a resort that isn't all-inclusive, they like to load up with supplies, with essential supplies for their visit, which is mainly tequila, cerveza, that sort of thing. And so where do you go to get those? And are they open? So Costco, yes, we have a Costco in Cabo. They are open and operating. What's great about Costco is that they're the same whether you're in LA or whether you're in Cabo or in New York. They're all laid out the same, so you kind of know where things are. You don't have to kind of worry about how to get to where you need to go. The beer is here and the food's over there, and they're pretty much the same everywhere you go. So Costco's a good option. Walmart, yes, we also have a Walmart. Walmart is open. Again, a great place to stop for things like snacks and food and things that you might want while you're in town. Here's a pro tip from me to you: if you have a private transport from the airport to your resort, ask them if they'll make a stop at one of these places. We arrange a lot of transportation for our clients that are coming in, and our drivers that we work with, the company that we work with, they will stop there as long as you're not in there for 2 hours, whether it's just quick in and out, get what you need and leave. They're happy to stop there and let you do that. And so if you do have a private transport arranged, ask if they'll make that accommodation, which most of them will. Make sure to tip your driver well because he's sitting there doing nothing. But yes, it's a good way that way you don't have to go back once you're back at your hotel. You don't have to think about going to get your stuff. Hotels. Are hotels open? Yes, 95% of the hotels are operating. There's a few that aren't but are about to open. They're all limited to 40% capacity based on current restrictions. 40% is the max occupancy that they can have, which is great if you're coming to stay because the pools aren't overcrowded and there's plenty of rooms. It's not hard to find a place to stay at the moment. There are weeks that are tough. For example, during the Bisbee's fishing tournament this year, I know things are starting to sell out towards the end of the year, like New Year's and Christmas. Between Christmas and New Year's, always busy, but it's especially busy this year. So you might want to look at that well in advance. So once you do get to your hotel, what are you going to do? What sort of things can you plan to do while you're in town? And I can tell you that most activities are open. So if you wanted to, one of the things that a lot of people do, which is inexpensive and a lot of fun, is the tour to the Lover's Beach or to the Arch, Sea Lion Colony on one of the little water taxis, the glass bottom boats. Those are all operating. Again, limited capacity, so instead of having 10, 12 people on a boat, they can put 6 or 7 or 8. I'm not sure what the limit is. It depends on the size of the boat, but that's still operating. So you can still do that tour, which is a lot of fun. Jet skis are open, so you can ride a jet ski on Madonna Beach if you wanted to. The snorkel tours are open, so if you wanted to go to Chileno Bay, Santa Maria Bay, some of these boats are operating that will take you on a public tour to Chileno Bay. Here's another little pro tip from me to you. If you're doing that, bring your own sanitation equipment or supplies. I'm a germaphobe anyway, but if I'm going on a public snorkeling tour and I'm handed a snorkel mask, I'm going to disinfect that as well as I can before I put it in my mouth. If you have one and you can bring it from home, bring it with you. If you don't care, then whatever, but that's just a little tip if you're like me. Booze cruises and like big boats like the Echo Cat and the Cabo Escape, and those are functioning, again, limited capacity, limited hours, limited tours, but you can still get on those boats. I recommend to you highly, if you're coming to town, book in advance. Go on their website, go online and search for activities and make your reservation before you get here. I can't tell you how many people I've talked to who had a plan to do this or do that, and then they went to do it and it was sold out because of limited capacity, and there's so many people in town, it's hard. So make sure that you book those things in advance. Fishing, same thing, we've turned people away. The biggest issue, if you're coming to Cabo right now, is large groups. If you're in a group of 15, 20 people, you know, I know we've had guests who are in town for a small wedding with family and things like that. And it's hard to get 20 people together on anything. So even our 100-foot yacht charters, we can't put more than 10 people on these boats at the moment. And unfortunately, we've had to turn a lot of people away that were looking to do a big group tour. Same with like the public tours and things like that. Restaurants, you know, you can't walk in there with 20 people and expect service in a lot of places. That's just how things are at the moment. So if you do have a big group, keep that all in mind. You know, plan accordingly, make sure that you know what you can expect so you're not disappointed when you get here, because that's the biggest challenge. Our big groups of people are really hard to accommodate. They don't put tables together, for example, at certain restaurants. So speaking of restaurants, all the major restaurants, and there's a ton, I'll list a few up here that are very popular here in Cabo that are open. Again, limited 40% capacity. When there's outdoor seating, they make social distancing stuff so that you guys can be outdoors dining, but all of those are open. Nightclubs and bars and nightlife. I made a video about nightlife not long ago, but I couldn't really get too in depth, but there's lots of places that are open where you can have a good time. The one thing about that is that the place has to serve food. So straight bars and nightclubs are not open. The big nightclubs downtown aren't open, but places like Cabo Wabo, Giggling Marlin, Mango Deck, places like that that serve food and alcohol are open. Now, don't expect a big party, but it's still a fun time to be there. You know what I mean? If what you don't want to do is come to a place and have to sit at your resort by the pool all day and not be able to leave and not do anything. So if you didn't want to go have a margarita over at Mango Deck, you can. If you want to go have dinner at Cabo Wabo and check that out, you can. Just again, things are limited, and so keep that in mind. But those things are all open. The most important thing is that you can still have fun. You still feel like you're on a vacation. You can still go out and do things. You don't have to be stuck in your resort. Yes, masks are required in a lot of places, but if I'm being honest with you, it doesn't always feel that way. You see plenty of people out without one. You know, of course, if you're going to a small store or something like that, they're going to ask you to wear one, or a restaurant if you're not eating. But overall, it's a little bit more lax than a lot of places, I think, in my personal opinion. Whatever you're comfortable with is what you're probably gonna be able to do, unless you're asked to put on a mask. Usually it's not that big of a deal. We've been doing a great job with this so far. Our numbers are down and everything's looking good. However, it's because we have these measures in place. So keep that in mind and be responsible and respectful of that, because it's important for us to be able to continue to function as an area of tourism and as all these jobs and people working. The more we can do to keep that all in check is good for everyone. Whatever your feelings are about that, just keep that in mind and be safe and keep others safe. And yeah, so other than that, that's about it. Please, my friends, if you like this video, if you think this information is important for others who are considering visiting Cabo, please give it a like this video, leave a comment. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to. You know, we're not looking to be YouTube stars or anything like that. We don't want 1 million subscribers, but when you like the video, when you comment the video, it helps YouTube show it to others who are looking for this kind of information. And if it's helpful, and if you think it's helpful, please give it a like. That's all. No big deal, doesn't cost you anything. If you need information about activities or want to do something, want to contact us about specific questions, or if you want to know if something specific is open, leave a comment down below. And if you want to reach us, all our contact information and to reach me or anyone here with the company will be down below. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it helpful, and hope to see you here soon. All right, guys, take care.